me back in the morning when the sun starts to rise. So mama, don't stress your mind. So mama, don't stress your mind.
Everybody, thank you for tuning into my channel. It's your girl Nesha, back with another video. Listen, let's go ahead and review this Surviving R. Kelly Part 2. Now, this is my Part 2 review, but this is of episodes 3 and 4. Y'all, it was so much information, very, for the most part, detailed. And, you know, some of it made me cringe a little bit, but I was like, dang, these girls' parents failed them. The people around them failed them. It just further proved the amount of power and influence that he has on people. And it just pissed me off, because y'all know this man is sick. Y'all know he needs help. But instead of y'all doing this, everybody's excuse is literally like a freaking broken record. All you hear is, I know I should have said something. I failed him. I know I failed him. I felt bad when it happened. I couldn't believe I saw it. Oh my gosh, this was crazy. I couldn't believe it. These girls, you could tell they were young. Everybody's saying the same thing, but nobody said, I went to my local blah, blah, blah. I talked to him. I said, Robert, you can't do this. It's time to do a better thing. Listen, get out right now while you can. Nobody ever talks about where they told Robert he was wrong. And with his childlike mentality, he felt like, well, if nobody said anything, I guess I'm doing something right, even though it's disgusting. But these girls keep coming to me. I have to be doing something right. It's like a child. If you do not correct their behavior, because we are dealing with a grown man that has a childlike mentality. If we do not correct the behavior of the child and we don't tell them, listen, you can't do that, they're going to keep doing it until finally the parent corrects them. But if you do not, what's the thing in the Bible? Spare the rod, spoil the child, or something like that. You have to correct the behavior. Otherwise, they're going to become spoiled. You know, that's my interpretation of it. But it's just sad that I feel like he was failed because he had all these sorry-ass, money-hungry people around him that didn't give a damn about where his life would end up. They were more concerned about the money flow. They didn't care. They probably was in there doing the shit with him. You know what I mean? And the only difference is he's not going to come out and incriminate them, because then it would tell on itself. So he's just going to remain quiet, and they're going to continue to just play it cool like, but yeah, you know, it was messed up when I saw it. They're not going to say too much, but they're going to give enough to keep this damn docu-series going and to keep Lifetime happy. Miss Andrea Kelly. Y'all, let me tell y'all something. So many people feel a way about Andrea Kelly. They're like, yo, the only reason why she's saying something because her check stopped. She really don't care. You was just claiming you still rocking his name, but you was just pumping him up saying y'all need to go buy his album and go buy his songs and all types of stuff like that to keep your lights on. So all of a sudden now you want to get on the other side and you want to join the Me Too movement and the mute R. Kelly. You want to jump on that now? Like what's your purpose? And then she gets on here and she tells us the same damn story that she's told 8 other interviewers, and it's just unbelievable to me. The story that she tells about how she wanted to jump off of the ledge. I'm not taking that away from her saying it never happened. I'm just saying, listen, you gonna keep giving us the same information, and they could have took a clip from the Sister Circle when you was on there, and they could have just put that shit in here and it would have been good. We didn't need you to come and repeat the same information. We need you to tell your truth. Stand on it. Tell it. Because otherwise, you're still hiding from what happened to you. You're still the victim. You're not coming out and giving us any information other than what you have already done, which makes it seem like it's rehearsed to me, and it makes it seem like this is something that may have been agreed upon with R. Kelly's legal team and yours. Because you're not giving us any other information besides what you have already gave us. And it's hard for people to understand and to believe you when it's all you keep saying. You know, that's how I feel, you know. And I have to be careful because she is a mom. She does have children that are going to be affected by all of this that's going on. Yes, I know it's hard for her to come out, but I need you to face your truth. Face your truth. And then with Sparkle, you introduced your niece to him because you wanted him to do for her what he did for your career at that time. You wanted him to take care care of her. And then you talk about a time when you walked into the studio and she was already there. And she was like, I'm there for a party. You failed her. You failed her. You could have corrected that ass. You could have got on R. Kelly, right? What the hell is she doing here? You know, it just seems to me like y'all allowed this behavior to go on until it became this big, massive beast that nobody can control. And then you get videos like, you should have did this 30 years ago from R. Kelly. Some big boss type shit. You get stuff like that when y'all, you mad? Because he's telling the truth? You should have handled him then. But now he became this beast nobody can tame. So it's like, what the hell? And then Sparkle talks about how how her family, she hasn't been talking to her family because when the trial was going on with the whole sex tape scandal, you know, the girl's parents said it never happened, it's not their, or it's not her, it's not their child. The girl even comes out and says it's not me, even though her friends and her family, Sparkle, and people that know her comes out and says, yo, that's her, I know her, I know that hairstyle. That's the same hairstyle she had in the 14th birthday, some shit like that. And she's like, nope, not me. They can't do anything because they have the lack of evidence, and then they don't have any key witnesses. So it's like, then, you know, he's not guilty, and everybody's pissed off. Then in the meantime, you have Geronda Peso grown ass come up there. She's supporting him. This is her favorite artist. She knows why of course she knows why she's supporting him. She knows what he's on trial for. But do we look at the fact that, wait, Geronda, you coming out as a victim, but you went up there and you stood around supporting him. You were geeked up when he told you hi. And then you were even more excited when he brought you back to his place. And then you were even more excited when you had sex with him. And not only that, we can't forget about the fact that she said she was 19 years old. It's hard for me to feel bad for you. And the reason why I keep saying stuff like that, because there's really women out here that has been sexually abused. They were not asking for it. They were just walking on their way home. They were going to their car. They were at work. They were sexually abused by men. And these men used their power that they had over these women, and they freaking took advantage of them. These women didn't ask for it. They didn't put themselves at the concert where R. Kelly was just so that they could be seen. They didn't put themselves at the courthouse so that way he can say, make sure I'm right there so he can see me. Oh, he said hi today. Let me stand over there again. You know, they didn't do situations like that, and messed up stuff happened to them. Those are the women that I feel sorry for, and those are the women that I want to support. And then we want to replay the clip of him when he says, well, what do you mean? Do you like underage girls? Well, what do you mean by underage? Like, what age are we talking? You want to bring that up and says, oh my gosh, he didn't know, he messed up when he said that. No, I think he knew what he was doing. You yourself said that his publicist tried to stop him, but then he said, no, let me talk. And he had some excitement. And he told you, yeah, I like 19, 18-year-old. I have some friends. We have had so many stories of these girls coming up saying that they're a different age than what they really are. And then once he finds out their real age, he doesn't stop it. But then we have to remember, he has a childlike mentality, right? He relates to all these young teenagers. This is his thing. But these girls keep coming around this person that's sick. And these people around him are failing him because they're not trying to say, listen, bro, you need to do something different. I see you, bro. I understand the money coming in. I see where you at. But you at a different level in life right now. You playing with different cards. You can't be doing and putting your life in jeopardy like this, man. You got family. Nobody's saying shit like this to him. You know how I know they're not? Because all these people that are coming out never said that they said that. Geronda Pace also talked about how she was molested when she was a child. I think 4, 6, 8. You know, her mom was just a single mom, not really doing much for her. You know, she had a lot of time on her hands, and people just took advantage of her. And, you know, it's sad because, you know, people that have been molested before are more than likely able to get themselves in situations like this again. And they're sexually taken advantage of. They don't see anything wrong with it. They think it's normal because it's always happened to them. And then the cycle continues. I feel really bad for Geronda. I really do. All right, y'all, I'm getting so hot and I need to go ahead and end this video. But listen, I said all of that to say, you know, I really feel like people failed R. Kelly. And that's why we have the person that we have today. Every time somebody saw a sign that should not have been ignored, they ignored it. And they put it aside for whatever reason. Maybe they were afraid of him. Maybe they were too busy thinking about the money they were going to get from him. Maybe they didn't give a damn because they were participating in those acts with him. I don't know what those reasons were, but it's really sad that instead of them looking at the man and trying to save and salvage the man and help him because he needed help. Instead of that, what they decided to do was take what they could get what they can out of him, and they throwing his ass out there like they're doing that. They're throwing his ass under the bus, and nobody's looking at it from this perspective. He needed help and he needed y'all to be there. And what y'all doing now, coming out and trying to speak against what he's done, you could have done that then and you did not. And so I feel like he was failed. I feel bad for Andrea because she has kids with him that are having to suffer from the decisions that his dad has made. I really feel bad about that. I feel bad for Geronda because her mama failed her and she was grown out there doing her own little thing. You know, I feel bad for Sparkle's niece because she was brought into this and, you know, her parents more than likely paid off. And again, nobody is getting help. What's going on in the mental of these people that have been affected? Both R. Kelly and these alleged victims. You know what I mean? Nobody's thinking about that. Y'all too busy trying to take this man's money. Y'all too busy trying to put him in jail. Y'all too busy trying to take away his career instead of trying to see what the fuck is wrong with him. Like, it just pisses me off. And then some people say, well, would it have been different if it was a white girl that he had did this to? It probably would have. It probably would have. I won't take that away and won't say it wouldn't have. But it's just sad that, you know, we know he needs this help. Let's get him the assistance that he needs instead of everybody trying to team up against him and just bring him down. What is he going to learn sitting in jail? I always say that. People go sit in jail, but what do they learn? Really, what do they learn when you can stop them before they get into that door is what I'm saying. But y'all, I think that is... Oh, let me see. Did I cover everything? Y'all, I think I covered everything. I think that's pretty much it. Let me say this, though. His brothers, okay, Carrie Kelly, you can tell Carrie is just mad, frustrated, pissed off, a little bit bitter that his career didn't turn out the way he wanted it to. But you can tell that Carrie Kelly is just pissed off, especially with him being accused of being R. Kelly, the one that was in that the sex tape or whatever. You can tell that Carrie is pissed off. But then Bruce, you can tell Carrie and Bruce, they probably don't get along. It seems like Bruce has been paid off. Maybe his commissary is looking real good these days because Bruce is not allowing his brother to be, you know, thrown under the bus. He's not allowing that. I don't know if it's because of the loyalty that he has to him as a brother or if it's the fact that, you know, he really feels like R. Kelly just needed the help. I don't know what it is, but you can tell the difference right there. You can tell the difference. But anyway, y'all, I think I've rambled on enough. Get into those comments and let me know what y'all thought about this part 4 and 5. No. Yeah? This is 4 and 5? No, 3 and 4. Yeah, part 3 and 4. Let me know what y'all think. I'll talk to you.
Yeah, low key, maybe high key. I been peeped that you like.